Welcome everybody to my newest Let's Play, Final Fantasy II for the Nintendo Famicom system. This game was never released in America. I'm playing a translated read-only memory dump of the game. It's very similar in some regards to the first Final Fantasy, very different in others. I'll be explaining those differences as we play along, but let's get into the plot of the game. A long-lived peace is over. The Emperor of Palamecia has summoned monsters from hell to begin his campaign for world conquest. A rebel army arose in the kingdom of Finn to stop the Empire. However, Castle Finn has fallen, and the rebels escape to the town of Altair. 4 youths from Finn, their parents killed by the Empire, flee from Imperial forces. So we're going to start a new game down here. I have some I played through this game before. I'm going to do a second replay here with 3 new rattie heroes. So the first one is going to be Fess. The original name in the game is Firion. This guy is Leon. He won't be part of our party until very late in the game. The 4th character is going to be kind of a rotating individual. But our female character here will be Maxine. And then our 3rd character, and Fess, Maxine, and our 3rd character here, Booker, will be with us through the entire game. Like I said, we'll be getting a 4th character who's kind of going to rotate in and out. So they're basically like a guest character. Similar to the guest character in Final Fantasy Legend 2. The 5th guest character. Like the Final Fantasy Legend 2, this game does not have experience points. You gain skills based on what you do in battle. You take a lot of damage in battle, you might gain hit points. You will increase your stamina. You use magic in battle, the spell that you use will power up and you'll gain magic points. You swing your sword or whatever weapon you have, and you'll gain skills toward that particular weapon. And then that's how you kind of level up. Will he live? Yes, I sense a strong life force within him. He should wake up soon. We found them gravely injured when we fled from Finn. Finn was the castle that we were told about in the intro there. Let him be for now. This sigil will strengthen him. Yes, let's join the others. If the Empire completes the dreadnought they're building in Basque, keep those things in mind, the attack will begin in earnest. We can't sit idly by and watch. We must act. And there goes the Princess Hilda and some guy named Min Wu, who's like a healer. We'll learn more about them in a little bit. Where am I? Where is everyone? Leon! Maxine! Booker! Now this is all taking place on... Fess, you're alive! I thought you... Yeah, we have no control right now. Maxine, Booker, where's Leon? Princess of Finn, save us, but Leon's not here. Yeah, Booker, in the, I see, I'm sure he's safe. In the lore, apparently he was, like, raised by, like, wild animals. He's kind of like the adopted brother of Fess. And Maria and Leon are brother and sister. You're all okay, good. And they're friends with, Fess and, Booker. Thank you, Your Highness. Please, let us join the rebel army. I can't allow that. You'd only be throwing your lives away. You need to return home. But we have no homes, not anymore. The Empire attacked, and our parents... I'm truly sorry. You're welcome to stay here in Altair. If you know our password, you should be able to get by well enough. The password is Wild Rose. So a new thing in this game is the password system. When you talk with certain people, you'll see keywords highlighted. You can learn them, and then you can say them with the ask command, and you might gain some more information. So let's ask about Wild Rose. The Wild Rose is the insignia of the Kingdom of Finn. Maxine, your brother Leon is missing. I think he's being held in Finn. So we have a destination to go to, Finn. But Finn is now prowling with the Emperor's beasts. Entering Finn won't be easy. And there's Minwoo. Let's talk with him. Proceed to Finn. It'll be your first step towards fulfilling your fate. So let's ask him, Wild Rose. Ah, you know the password. Heed well the information it will bring you. So yeah, whenever you get to certain characters will allow you to ask, so you might as well ask just to be safe. So sometimes there's some. This is the meeting room. Sometimes there's some. Paloom lies east. You can't get there without a canoe. Sometimes there's like sequence triggers that you have to get from asking. Off to Finn. Bad idea. The city's crawling with the Empire's monsters. You'd be lucky to make it to Galtria up north. So that's, I guess, our first destination, Galtria. But first, let's explore Altair and the rebel base here. So off to the right here, we have two rooms. The room down here is empty. We're going to learn later on that this is the princess's bedroom, Princess Hilda. And she's basically in charge because her father, the king of Finn, he's wounded. This is his bedroom right here. This is the king's room. His majesty was gravely wounded in the flight from Finn. So let's go talk with the king. His two guards there who look like the red mages from the first game. Now it struck me my daughter Hilda is in charge now. You can ask him about Wild Rose, but he doesn't say anything, so... Yep. Yeah, see, a lot of sprites lifted. The Fess's sprite right there is basically pulled from the fighter from Final Fantasy 1. Booker is kind of like the thief. You in the rebel hideout of Altair. So, a lot of assets have been re-lifted. Princess Hilda escaped to this town when Finn was sacked. But the whole gameplay is totally revamped. She is leading the rebels while the king recovers. Prince Gordon of Kashyyyk is hiding here in Altair. Something's made him lose faith in himself. Like the first Final Fantasy, there's treasure chests. You just go up to the treasure chest, press A, and you get what's inside the chest. So you got a potion there. We will be selling that potion because we're going to have to re-equip our characters, and we're going to need that money. So, there's like some ninja walking there. I'm Paul, the legendary thief. The Imperial coffers have kept my purse bulging with gil. Let's ask him about Wild Rose. I never steal from the rebels. I'm from Finn, too, but I had to flee from the Empire. That's just a re-lifted sprite from the ninja sprite from Final Fantasy 1. This is the town of Altair. The Imperial forces haven't been deployed this far. So let's go to the to the armor shop. As well as the shield. The weapon shop has a sword. So we're gonna remove most of our armor from our characters. Armor is pretty bad in this game. The main stat that you want to raise is evasion, and you basically raise evasion by raising your agility. And you raise agility by dodging attacks, and you dodge attacks by equipping a shield. So we're gonna get all our body armor off and basically try to get shields, at least for Booker and Fess. Armor weighs you down and cuts down your evasion because it's heavier, so it's gonna be harder to avoid attacks when you're wearing armor. So while armor can protect you from taking damage, it's much easier to avoid attacks, especially toward the end of the game, because enemies tend to do percentage-based attacks. So it doesn't matter how much armor you have, they're going to take off a good percentage of your hit points no matter what. So you want to get shields are basically the main way to raise your evasion, because it's like a shield. You block attacks or avoid them. Yeah, you can't wash your face in the fountains in this game. So we're basically going to be running around for the most part without armor on our characters. So, we've got items here, but they're really expensive. Cross removes curse, Malin removes when you're minied, Maiden's Kiss when you're toaded. Everything here is like really expensive, so gold is going to be very tough to come by in the early game. So, Phoenix Downs can revive you outside of battle, so this is a new thing. Ethers restore your magic points. The game went with a new system, magic point systems, where I'm Gordon. I was once a prince of Kashyyyk, but now I'm nothing but a coward. I abandoned my kingdom, my brother Scott, and fled here. You're going to join the rebellion? I'm so afraid Hilda will turn me away that I haven't even asked. Instead, I sulk around here. So yeah, the first game borrowed a lot from Dungeons & Dragons with the spell charges per day. That you recharge by going to an inn. And this game kind of borrows a lot from Star Wars. You'll see that in the plot that we kind of get through. So, this statue here, if any of your characters are knocked out, you just talk to the statue and that revives the characters. You don't just buy a Phoenix down. You can trust Paul. He only steals from the Empire. The little crystal shop over there is your magic shop. We're gonna go there first, but let's buy some weapons. Tabul, the man in the weapon shop, is a skilled blacksmith. Something's been bothering him lately. Actually, we're only going to buy one weapon. There are multiple weapon types in this game. I'll go over them in a little bit. I'm just a batty old man. But if we say Wild Rose, or am I? It's Tabul, the best blacksmith around. He'll be important after a quest later on. What can I do for you? So we have knives, staves, javelins, your spears, broadswords. There's also axes, your fists, bows. There's a lot of weapons, but not all of them are created equally. So I'm going to be running around mainly with swords and shields on Booker and Fess. And Maxine is going to be going barehanded. So we have knives there, then swords, barehanded fists, staffs, axes, shields, spears, and then bows. The one other thing is amounts to how many hits you get per attack with it, and when it reaches 100, it advances a level. So eventually, as we swing our swords more, they'll get to like 200. That means you get 2 hits. So, and it's determined by monster rank and how many times you attack in battle. I'll be going over a lot of stats and stuff as we go along, because I'm not going to be cutting out battles in this game, because that was just to show you how I'm building up my characters. Because some people like kind of cheat and they target themselves, or they use this cancel glitch to build up their stats really thing, and that's kind of cheating. I'm not going to do that. So just to show that I'm not cheating, I'm not going to be doing that. I'll be showing all my battles. So, and I'll go over some more stats. But Maria there, if we looked at her stats, she has 15 intelligence. Every 4 intelligence that you get helps your black magic out, gives you another multiplier in your magic things. So she only needs 1 more point of intelligence to get a 4th multiplier, where Fez and Booker have 10, which means they have to get 2 points of intelligence just to get 3 multipliers. So Maxine is basically built to be like a black wizard. So we're gonna get her the Blizzard Tome. More enemy types are weak to fire than any other spell in the game. We're gonna get a free fire tome in a future dungeon, and one of the first bosses that we fight is gonna be weak to blizzard. So we're gonna grab blizzard first so we can work on that. Blizzard, the magic works similar to weapons. The more Maxine casts blizzard in battle, the more proficient she gets in it, and the stronger it becomes. So it's like 100 now. After a few battles, she'll gain some points in it. And then she's just going to try to build that up. So, like the first game, we wander around, we get into random encounters here. So, we got some hornets here. So we can multi-target by pressing up over there. By multi-targeting, we cut the damage that the spell does by 1/4. So it's not all that helpful, like against less than 4 enemies. But I didn't want to knock out one of these hornets, because I wanted to have Fess and Booker get some experience with their swords. So now, even though they both missed with their swords, they still gain a point. They still gain some points for swinging with their swords. So, basically, enemies have ranks. And so what determines how many points you get is the rank of the enemy, and then your rank. So I'll talk about the calculation in like a future episode, but for now, enemies are rank 1, we're rank 1, so we don't really have to worry about too much. So yeah, we swung our sword there a few times, and we got now 103. When that hits to 100, it'll go to 200. And the same with magic. Let's look at Maxine's there. So she got some points in Blizzard, so she cast it twice. So she also gained some MP there. So when you lose a certain amount of MP based on your maximum, you have a chance to increase your magic points. So she used something like 20% of her MP, so she got some more MP. the amount of MP you get is based on your magic power. It's very similar with hit points too. When you lose a certain amount of percentage of your hit points, you gain hit points equal to your stamina. So, and then of course stamina goes up as you take damage, so that you gain more hit points, you know, the more you fight. So, Booker gains some strength. When you attack with weapons, you have a chance to gain strength. But strength has its opposite. Stat is intelligence. So sometimes if your strength goes up, your intelligence will go down, and vice versa. If your intelligence goes up, your strength will go down. So it's a way to keep, you know, you can't have like a really strong wizard, or like a fighter who's a wizard. So yeah, there's some alternate stats, and we'll go over more of them right now. But yeah, see, Booker, he lost some intelligence there, but he gained some strength. So that's gonna, now here's that Galtria. But before we head into Galtria, I just want to use up my MP here, the rest of Maxine's MP. Because we're gonna stop at the inn and heal up. So, inns, you spend money based on the hit points that you have, and then the magic points. So, now one of the interesting things here is, see those leg eaters in the very back row couldn't do anything, but we can target them. So, yeah, the ones in the far left column, you can only attack the front two columns in the order, so like with melee attacks. So right now, Booker, he won't be able to attack that one in the far left, but magic can hit anywhere. So, and the same applies to enemies too. The ones in the column, only the front two columns, unless they have a magic or special skill, can attack your characters. You can keep some characters safe, and eventually will push Maxine to the back row. You might notice that in the first fight with those Imperial Horsemen. Maxine survived the first round because she was in the back row, and characters in the back row can't be targeted by physical attacks. So, but I want to have Maxine in the front row right now to potentially take some damage and avoid some hits. So, this is the village of Galtria. Finn is across the lake, see? Because we want to build up her agility and potentially build up her hit points too. So, right now, enemies are weak, so if they hit us, we're not going to lose a lot of hit points. So, we want to put Maxine in the front row, even though eventually she will be in the back row. Got another item store here, but we can't really afford any items, so we're trying to save up money to buy a cure spell. Fess is going to be our white mage, and I'll explain a little bit more about that, why, probably in the next episode. So, Finn was taken by the Empire. There was a pub on the outskirts of Finn. When the Empire invaded, the owner didn't make it out in time. Now he's serving drinks to the Imperials. You have another one of these houses of healing here. And can't talk with the whales in this game. Oh well. No pun intended. Galtria and Altair haven't fallen to the Empire yet. But they did talk. Hilda talked about some warship though, Dreadnought. That's basically like the Death Star in this game. So, like I said, there's a lot of lifted from Star Wars in this game. So, don't need to buy any armor because you already have the bucklers. And we ain't gonna buy any weapons, but I'm just gonna show off the weapons that we got here. So we got javelin, broadsword, axe, bows. Bows are gonna be basically the weapon of choice of our fourth character, because bows can hit from the back row, which is why Maria was equipped with the bow in the beginning. And that'll prevent our fourth character from getting hit and targeted, so help us raise our agility. So we'll talk more about that in our next episode. Take care, thanks for following along, have a good day, bye!